Welcome to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, home of the Panthers, in a program built on the backs of legends like Tony Dorsett, Hugh Green, Mark May, and Mike Ditka. Give it the toughness that is epitomized by anyone who plays in the... What potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a team from the ACC, the Pittsburgh Panthers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So Alabama's offense takes the field for the first time today. And there he is. When you build a tight end, you build one just like this, especially with those reliable mitts, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, he makes big plays in big games. Watch for him on third down in the red zone. He has a chance to leave an impact in this game.
Well, that's so nice to have such a big body that when he's covered, he's open, right? Like, it doesn't matter because he's got great hands and that big frame he can really utilize.
Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing in this one.
Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And the missed connection on 3rd down. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. And the ball comes to rest right there. So the Pitt Panthers offense will have its first possession of the game. This matchup on the outside, Jesse, a big play weapon for the offense, a shutdown corner for the D.
They say big-time players make big plays in big games, so who gets the best of this matchup? That's going to determine the game.
I mean, it's such a fun chess match. How much are they on each other during the game, the head-to-head matchup that everybody wants to see?
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Finds a hole, and he'll pick up 6 out to the 8-yard line. Hit right back to the line. There's always that issue of conference pride, keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, David. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all off-season. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And how about the true freshman? We've heard about this guy. We heard he's got a chance to be really, really good, talking with coaches this week, and he gets his first sack. Listen, guys, I'm a pass rusher. Everybody remembers their first sack.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Here comes that Alabama offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Gets it out fast. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The transition of Alabama quarterbacks over the years has been fascinating, from the dreaded game manager label to playmaker.
To playmaker, to spread it out, to Heisman winner. I mean, that's how much this offense has changed and evolved, and they're going to be aggressive, and they're going to score points in this new age era.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
Pulls and fires complete. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is, because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job on the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Here comes 3rd and short from the 24, and this offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. To the ground to try to move the chains. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
They go to the ground. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown time.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They marched 56 yards to the end zone, and he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
A first down for the offense. They'll try the right side. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Pitt pushing the pace. Thomas back to pass. Fires to the big fella. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He's got it. And they don't drag him down until the 46-yard line. Pitt coming to the line after getting another first down.
Hard work pays off, guys. These offenses work so hard week in and week out, working on those critical down and distances, 3rd downs. And having that conversion this early in the game, that's got to feel good for this offense.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
All right, well, if you're the quarterback, you know at this point, this is one of those days that I'm going to have to just strap it up. I'll probably be in an ice bath when the game is over because I'm getting hit a lot, and we're only in the first quarter. My accuracy and my timing is going to have to be at a premium.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
On third down, he drops to throw. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. And they're able to get to the quarterback.
Pitt will line up to punt it away.
In punt formation to kick it away.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Leaves it with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we played one period. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Alabama.
Second down coming up. Here's the handoff. Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31.
Just a simple power play. Power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a fourth quarter game. Make them feel you. Keep them off balance.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here.
Offenses know.
Is incomplete.
Third downs. We got to be really, really good. This offense not good on this third down. It could come back to bite.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Looking for a block. It's man. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team?
And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple. The Panthers want to crank the tempo.
Man, that's an impressive play. This dude is so dominant. And I'll tell you, we don't have enough time in this broadcast to list off all the great Alabama D linemen, especially in recent years. That play right there, that reminds me of a guy I played against back in the day, Cornelius Griffin, playing on the inside of Alabama's defensive line. You knew every single time you drop back, you were going to have that guy in your lap. He was always pushing the pocket, and he was always collapsing it with his speed and that. first step. That last play right there reminds me of some of these great players we've seen on the Crimson Tide D-line here in recent years.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one?
It's the runback.
Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Thomas looking to fire. He's right on target. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Pitt will have to boot this one away. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. He's got great speed. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Firing to the right, complete. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
Well, that's a real good-looking throw, and I know at Alabama recently they've had a lot of different quarterbacks, and they've also had a lot of different guys calling plays. But one thing that's never seemed to waver is how explosive the offense has been, and the big reason is because of the efficient...
Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. Oh, the offensive first. Absolute disaster by falling on that fumble. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They'll run play action. Using the quick game. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a... Football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting him the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. He'll set up to throw. Finds the tight end. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the 1st down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory, we're going to kick a field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be, and now the OC's like, don't worry about it. New set of downs, nice execution by this offense.
The toss sweep to the right. They'll give him 1 to the 28-yard line.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Got it set up on the outside. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. It's complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
They'll leave it with him. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama!
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
You've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Got his man down the middle. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Now on 1st down from the 43-yard line. Thomas back to pass. Makes his connection. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Set up for 2nd and short after that completion. He's looking to throw. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
And sometimes you got to know when to give it up, right? As a quarterback, you feel it. You can't hold it that second too long when bad things can really happen. You could tell the clock went off, and he was throwing that puppy away.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. Trying to get to it. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
on the play. Number 19.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a first-rate game so far today in Pittsburgh. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on 3rd down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those 2 stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the 3rd quarter.
Down 2 possessions. The coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring goal.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to those guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
Feeling some heat. He'll pull it down and run. On the line, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. Hit right back to the line.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Thomas looking to fire. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. Pitt will line up to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin him back deep in their own end. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Quarterback on the keeper. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely.
In an offense, if you're going to be successful running the ball, and I don't care who it is carrying it, you've got to have receivers that are willing to block. You've got to have guys that are willing to get involved. How about the receiver here on the stock block going and picking off that safety?
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. He's looking to throw. He'll take a deep shot here. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
Ball spotted right at midfield as they try to convert 3rd and short. They'll try to power their way ahead. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the 1st down, they've got it at the 40.
I love RPOs. It puts the defense in such a bind. Are they handing it off? Are they throwing the football? How quickly can I commit to this? And you see with the RPO, it just freezes the defense for a half a second. It allows the offensive line to set those blocks up, and they're able to go get the 1st.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Gonna take a shot. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better.
From the gun, running back on the move. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of third and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off and they pick it up.
And you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
They're setting up the screen. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work.
On second down, looking again to throw. He looks that one in nicely. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the 1. The big fellas coming out in the goal line defense. Quarterback keeps it on the sneak. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown.
Man, let's not overcomplicate this. I love it. Put the QB under center. You know it's a QB sneak. Make the defensive line stop me. That hard of the goal line, it's hard to do. And the offense didn't try to get too cute. Really nice work getting the touchdown.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Northern Illinois is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Huskies have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. They're trailing by just 2 to Arkansas. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Off the play fake on first down. Got it in the middle, it's man. Still on his feet at the 45. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Thomas back to pass. Finds his big tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Pitt pushing the pace. Off the play fake. Fires complete on the crosser. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. They'll give it to the back. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Panthers! Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
Going for the return. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes that Alabama offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
They'll try the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
If you're the defense, you know that running back is the guy you've now got to stop. He's had a lot of touches in this game. Yes, he's made a lot of plays, but you've got a chance to win here. If you're going to do that, you need to take him away.
So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break, and they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. He unleashes a long one. He's got it on the left. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. The Tide with the 1st and 10. They'll run it to the right side. Finds a crease at the 20. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. With that, he's got 101 yards rushing, and he has busted the century mark in this season opener. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. He'll keep it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, they were trying to set up the option, but the quarterback had no chance. Did you see the defensive tackle penetrate? What a great first step. He shot right through the offensive line and got the TFL.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Getting some heat. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end scoring that touchdown. And it doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a master class in offensive productivity.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Thomas looking to fire. Unloads to the right. He makes the catch. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can
running toward the tape. Boy, are they loving that huge play. He's got it down to the 9. Hit right back to the line. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Now on 2nd and goal. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. He'll do it himself. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that. They'll come to the line just trying to keep their hope alive on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man. Touchdown, Panthers. Reeled it in and just made the house call.
Nice throw, nice catch, and I think we're going to see and hear a lot of that guy to that guy. A touchdown catch in game 1. Now a touchdown catch in game 2. They're going to continue to find that playmaker throughout this season.
And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. They've got it down to a 2-touchdown deficit, trailing by 14 and about to kick it away. From inside his own 15, looking for room. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Hand off from the shotgun. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
Well, the offense has the lead, and we call this 4-minute offense. This is a situation that teams around the country practice, having the lead late in the game and needing to ice it by running the football and throwing high-percentage passes.
The give as they work on that clock. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. The give to the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Big third down play here. If they get a stop, you'll see an immediate timeout. Quarterback checking off. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And it's caught inside the 15. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. A great chance to put this game away with a score here on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. If they can pay off this 3rd and goal opportunity, man, oh man, those collars start getting a little tight across the way. And they'll take a knee, the universal symbol for we have this thing in hand. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. And it's right down the boulevard. And now the lead is extended a little further. With that field goal, now it takes a touchdown to beat them, so you want to pin them back and then let the defense have a little room to work with. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
And that's a really good decision by the quarterback. Don't take the sack, throw the ball away. Now, listen, we can debate whether that was intentional grounding or not because he's still in the pocket. I'm not sure that that's not classified as grounding, but they didn't call it. So, you know what? Nice throwaway, QB.
And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Thomas back to pass. They're bringing heat. Escapes the sack. And they got him. Didn't have much of a chance on that one, and a fitting way to put a capper on this game. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And